welcome to Lily Campbell.
How's it going, everybody? Oh, that was like in unison. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I am Lily Campbell. I'm transgender. Thank you for clapping. I love forcing people into a clap, you know? Really making people feel bad immediately. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm specifically non-binary. Anybody else non-binary here? Just me? Ooh. Slowly at the top. Feel bad for y'all, honestly. No, it's fine. You're good. You're gay. It's fine. I'm so glad to be here. Specifically, I got my vaccine a few months ago, and thank you. All right, one science lover. Everybody else is like, I can take it or leave it. I got it, and it was great. Right. My first shot didn't really do anything, side effects wise. My second shot, there was like a weird thing in my arm for a couple days, and I couldn't really tell if that was like actually soreness or just a growing sense of superiority. I still can't tell. Honestly, I feel so good. And then a day later, it just put me on my ass, and I was like, oh, I'm not better than anybody. Okay, great. I need to be reminded. I just love letting you think that I'm better than you at the beginning, and then just showing you through the rest of my set that I am not. I'm not better than anybody. I just moved here, like Julie said. I just moved here from Asheville, North Carolina. I knew the gays would love it. I mean, literally the gayest city on earth, I think, statistically. And I kind of miss it because it was definitely like a culture shock moving here, right? Because Asheville's like a whimsical little mountain town, and there's not that many people that actually live there. And like here, y'all actually have regular crime, right? The crime the rest of the world deals with. It might be a little bit more of it, but it's still regular crime. Like in Asheville, not the case, right? Like for example, 2 years ago, I had parked downtown, and I was going out to a bar, and I made sure to like roll my windows, lock my doors, everything like that. And I came back a few hours later, and somebody had like unlocked my car and got in and stolen a Bluetooth speaker that was on my seat. But when they were done, they locked my doors back. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever heard in your entire life? They were like, there's a lot more cool stuff in here I wanted to steal. I didn't. And no one else should. Like, oh my God. I feel like they just took that and nothing else just so I could remember it years later and just be like, why? Why? And that's like the longest con in the world. A con that they'll never see the end of. They're like, I know it's gonna pay off 5 years from now, and I can't wait to not see it. I'm here though, and it's definitely different, right? Dating is different. Like I said, Asheville is like the queerest city on earth. So it's very easy to date, right? And I haven't ingratiated myself into the queer community here yet. So I'm meeting a lot of the straights, right? Gross. Disgusting. There are straight people here? You won't say anything after that. Oh, whoa! One brave person. Thank you so much. I salute your bravery. Thank you. It's definitely hard, right? Because like straight people don't really know what non-binary is, and they think like I'm like a nebulous sexual thing, right? Like I don't know how many times I've hung out with a guy I'm attracted to, and we'll hang out like a couple times, and I think I'm hitting on him, and he just doesn't get it because out of nowhere he'll just turn to me and be like, "Oh, Lily, we're buddies." Thank you. We're buddies, but can we be nutty buddies? It's pretty sweet. Oh shit. Nope. Okay, we're good. Thank you. That means nut means sperm. Sorry to tell you, but you didn't get it, okay. Like, we got it. We just didn't like to think about that. Thank you. That was so much fun. I do love being here though because this is a weird thing about me you wouldn't expect, but I'm actually really into sports. Yeah, most people would expect a trans queer person to be really into like football, right? One person's like, I expected it. Fuck yeah. It's great though because there's actually like sports fans and there's an actual NFL team here, and I was like trying to think where my love of football started. And I'm from like a really small town in South Carolina originally. That's my hometown, Greer. And I remember like 11 years old, I think it was, 11 or 12. I was sitting there in the living room watching the Super Bowl with my family. And I remember the announcers saying one phrase over and over and over again. And that phrase was penetration in the backfield. Now, by the third time they said it, I was like, why is my body tingling? I don't even know what those words mean. And then 14 years later, I was like, oh, I'm into butt stuff. Okay, got it. Got it. And for you math nerds, you're like, it took you till 26 to figure that out? Small town South Carolina, what can I say? Christian repression is a hell of a drug. That's real. Thank you. I loved watching football this year, especially though, because it was like really weird. Obviously, there was no fans in the stands at all, and usually that like drowns out a lot of the stuff they say on the field. But that didn't happen this year, and they tried to like pipe in some crowd noise. It didn't work. It did not work. Like, I don't know how many times I would see somebody score a touchdown, and you would just hear somebody on the defense scream, "Fuck!" And the announcers have to be like, "Oh, they are fired up today, Jim. Is that an FCC violation?" Oh, it sucks for Fox, I guess. I loved watching it this year especially because my favorite football player actually won the Super Bowl, right? And if you watch it, you might figure that out. But if you didn't, I'm here to let you know my favorite football player is Tom Brady. There we go, thank you! That's what I was looking for. Can we just boo me all once right now, please? Thank you, that's what I'm used to. Oh my God, makes me feel so good. Because most people hate Tom Brady, right? If you follow football, almost everybody hates Tom Brady. And it makes sense, but it's also kind of weird that I've lost more friendships over being a Tom Brady fan than I have for being trans. Like, people are weirdly progressive about it. They're like, I'm cool with all that trans shit, but fuck Tom Brady. And I would fuck Tom Brady, though. That's not... Let's not kid ourselves here. Ooh. Damn, Tom, kiss me like you do your son. Okay. Thank you. Oh, man. Oh, it's always weird coming back from that. But I'll do one last thing. Like I said, dating is hard. I was never really good at dating, though, right? Even before I came out as trans, I always relied on my friends to like set me up with one of their friends to actually date. And that worked most of the time, except for one time it got kind of weird. Like, my friends knew that I was single. I was 19 years old. And they were like, oh, we're gonna set you up with our friend. She's amazing, Julie. Oh my God, she's beautiful, smart, funny. Y'all have so much in common, it's gonna be amazing. And I had to leave on a trip a week from then when they told me that. So we only got to hang out one time. And it was one of those first dates where you meet each other and you immediately fall in love. You know, you've had those? Lesbians don't like me. Okay. Jesus Christ. The silence is deafening, okay? It's not, you can't